So everybody, we're watching Fiora versus Ryze right now. Fiora's running Grasp, Demolish, Second Wind, Unflinching, Presence of Mind, and Alacrity. Pretty interesting rune choice. I would personally go for something different. I'd probably go, if you go the Grasp route, I'd go into what's called Mana Flow Band, and then Transcendence for the 10% cooldown. I think it's a little bit better. But we'll see what happens. Now, when you play this matchup, what you want to do is you want generally Ryze to push early if you can, because he has so much poke all the time. So, he's very scary. You kind of want to let him push early, and Fiora is doing just that. Interesting. That's nice. If she goes for a hit, that's okay. She got a Grasp proc. Also, when you're fighting against Ryze, generally what you want to do is you want to Cure him, and then you follow up with auto attack E, E, Tiamat, W. And you W towards the end. That's generally what you do. You're going to have about a 500 damage burst at that point once you have your Tiamat, right? So that's a lot of damage. He goes on him. That's really, really greedy. This is really greedy. I don't like that at all. You're level 1 versus level 2. This is why you want to just let Ryze push you in early. Because when you do these fights, you're taking a lot of damage. But he's taking some control here. That's nice. Still taking a ton of damage. In an unsafe position, Jarvan is behind him. He doesn't know that. But he could know that it's possible, right? So, overall, he's playing extremely aggressive. A little more aggressive than I would want. I don't like that. He's also losing a ton of health, as you can see. He's actually getting chunked out really hard. And this is a perfect example of a really high elo Korean Fiora player that's playing the lane wrong right here. You know, he is messing up. He's playing too aggressive. He's losing the trades, as he should, because it's a losing trade level 1 to 3. Level 1 to 3, you want to just let Ryze push you in nice and chill, you know. You got to really know your matchups. It's really important. Also, one thing to note later on in the game when you're fighting his Ryze, you want to try and time your W with his E. So when he throws out his E ability, you know next he's going to do a Q, which does a ton of damage, or a W, which CCs you. Now, if he does a W, you stun him by using your W at the same time. So that's really good to do. If he does the Q, well, you dodge a lot of damage. That's also pretty good. Alright, this is a much better position he's in now. Ryze doesn't have anything amazing at this point, and he needs to get his tier. He needs to get the base going. Taking these trades right now, though, is good for Ryze, because Ryze is like, you know what? I'm going to come back with full health and everything. Fiora, you just lost 320 health. That's a lot of health. Fiora's going to have a rough time right now. So what items do you have? You have boots and nothing else. He doesn't have potions, nothing else. I'd actually recommend people to go Doran's Shield level 1 on Fiora in this matchup. You can go Doran's Blade, but Doran's Shield is kind of nice because you're going to generally take a lot of damage early and you can't do much against it. Oh wow, Ryze decides to TP down for a team fight. That kind of screws up the lane and everything. That makes everything very different. If Ryze hadn't TP'd down, he would be dominating the lane, but he chooses, you know what, I'm just going to try and dominate the game. He goes down, he gets a kill, so it's not that bad. He gets a kill and assist. Did quite some useful stuff for his team, got his team really far ahead. This might have gotten him behind individually, because he lost a lot of XP for this, like a tremendous amount. But he also got his team really far ahead and they won out in XP and everything else, so yeah. Alright, he's going to freeze this. He can't do anything else. Fiora's going to walk back top. Pretty straightforward right now. Let's see what Fiora does at this point. She does have a level lead, but she needs Ryze to push out a little bit. What I try and do is thin out the ranged minions a little bit. You don't have to kill them, but you have to make them low so they're easy to kill at least. You could also kill them. Okay, she bought a known magic mana. She's going straight up Merc Treads really early. Interesting. That's going to hinder her damage a lot. I don't like that build, especially not now that she's ahead in XP. That makes me dislike this build a lot. Alright. She got a good wave right now. She's going in the Ryze. Good trade. Q orders a set. Then EE auto attack. Oh, I mean W, sorry. She would Tiamat W normally, but like she doesn't have Tiamat, so of course she can't Tiamat W. Perfect trade. Overall, I like that. There's too many minions, so she still kind of lost out. And she only did it because there was a jungler there. But the mechanics and the understanding of how you should be trading is good. So I like that a lot. I think that's really nice. She needs to clean this out a little bit. Just let it push into the turret, I'd say. Let it push in all the way. You can... Oh, you didn't have to do that, but that's fine. Alright, let's just speed up a little bit. She needs to thin this out. She needs to be careful as well from the Ryze E. If the E hits her, she's going to take a tremendous amount of damage. See, again, the E comes out, she instant Ws. This is what I talked about earlier, right? You need to use that W on the E because that's how you avoid all the damage, or maybe you stun him. If you stun him, he's dead, generally. She wants to go on him because, I mean, Echo is right there. She is somewhat low. She doesn't have W. She might get killed here if you don't know what's going to happen. That's a stun. That's a nice stun even. Still out of mana. Beautiful kill. Overall, pretty good stuff. Ryze would have to not get stunned, but Echo to have any chance of getting a kill there. If he didn't get stunned, maybe could have gotten a kill. Overall, really nice. Now she's going to push in. That's the only thing she can do. She needs to base. She can go for the plating. It's really low. She should go for the plating. And then she should back off. She goes for 2 platings. She said demolish. That's fair enough. And then she bases. What items does she get? Let's look at her gold. 1100. She should just upgrade her boots, I think. And then get 2 long shots. But she might go for Vampire Acceptor as well. Nope, she went Hexstring. Oh, wow. I do not like this. It stops her from farming up her items fast enough. I don't like that. I think it's very, very lane-centered, which she doesn't need to. She's strong enough to fight Ryze without Hexstringer. So going for more lane power doesn't make very much sense in my eyes. I'm not a fan of it at all. I mean, this does make a lane stronger, so that's going to be something. But I think she would have been just fine getting an early Ravenous. That would have been enough. Okay, she's walking back. She's going to look to a fight here because there's a big fight going on. Ryze is taking a lot of control on the map if you look at it, right? He did that to 1 gank, but he's gotten 3 kills for his team. So I'd say this Ryze is straight up dominating Fiora right now. Fiora's not doing a very good job. And this all comes down to her early laning phase. The level 1 to 3 is so important. And her losing that allowed Ryze to have an easier time, which allowed him to make so many plays around the map. At a relatively low cost. Interesting. She's going to get a plating more here. She never needs to base at this point. She's going to hard shove, keep going. And this is basically how this matchup works, right? At this point, all she got to do is keep pushing at all times, unless Ryze is top. If Ryze goes top, she wants the wave to be in the middle here. If the wave is in the middle, she will be able to just all-in him at all times. She walks forward, as long as she knows there's no jungler. And if Echo decides, you know what, I'm going to come top, then Ryze is really easy killed too. But the enemy team was like, you know what, Fiora's a lot stronger than me. I'm going to get killed all the time. I'm kind of weak. Lulu is a lot safer. She has speed ups, she has slows, she has ultimates. She's really, really safe against Fiora, right? So they swap the lanes. I think it's really smart of the enemy team. Good stuff. You can realize this sometimes. Sometimes your mid laner is better than your top lane against the champions. You can just swap the lanes. But since they swapped the lanes, I'm going to be done with this review. I hope you guys liked it, and then peace.